Mr. Millennial, it is cold and snowy this morning. What are we doing out here?
We're gonna dig some holes. That's what we're doing today. But it's sunny. Look.
It is sunny. It's a double-edged sword. We're actually going to install a septic tank and a dosing tank, a little different than we normally do. And it's the battle between, we need enough ice off the driveway to get the truck up the hill, but we need this to stay frozen long enough to get the truck across the yard. So let me explain. All right, some of you guys may recognize this job. We were up here, what, right at a month ago?
Yeah.
And installed about a mile of water line to a couple different build sites up here. This one here is getting pretty close to being done, and we actually have the bid to install the septic, but obviously with the weather, this time of year, installing the septic is not, it's just not an option.
You know, you state obviously, but we literally had a potential customer think we could install one next week.
That's not gonna happen. So for you guys that don't know, the dirt has to have the right, what do they call it?
Plasticity.
Plasticity? I can't say that word.
Plasticity.
But basically it can't be too wet. It cannot be too wet because the dirt has to be able to
absorb.
The pores in the dirt have to be able to open up to absorb the water, and if it's wet like this, it smears and it just don't work. But what we can do for these guys is we can go ahead and install the septic tank, which they'll basically have to have pumped until we get the field bed in. But this one's a little bit different. I don't know how well you guys can see elevation on camera, but this house actually sits lower than the field bed.
1 foot.
What's that?
1 foot.
1 foot. And last I checked, water don't run uphill.
No, it doesn't like to anyway.
So that means there's a pump involved, and then with the septic system, it's never that easy. So it actually has to be a sized dosing tank. So basically what we're gonna do this morning is keep our fingers crossed the old 120 fires up. It hasn't been started for a month.
I'm not gonna jinx anything.
So we're gonna get it fired up. We got to come in here, expose the pipe coming out of the house so we can get an elevation on it. We actually did, when we put the water line in, we come in and dug a test hole over here just to make sure we weren't gonna hit rock. I think we're good on rock.
We're good.
It's crazy because we hit all kinds of rock over here. Come over here and there's no rock.
And right over there, there's more rock.
I guess that means there's an underground cliff somewhere. I don't know, but
we got lucky is what it means.
For some reason it don't work there. Don't jinx us on that either. So I'm gonna go get the 120 fired up. We're gonna come over here, get that elevation set, and then we'll do some math and figure out how deep our hole needs to be and hopefully get this all dug before our truck shows up. All right, guys, the old girl, I'm sorry. I am sorry, O Machine. It has been sitting here for well over a month. Weathered an ice storm. We have checked fluids in it this morning. Is it gonna start? Here we go. She's trying. Come on, 120. Don't let me down, baby. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, yeah. Oh, never a doubt. Never a doubt. Well, guys, there's about an hour separation between this clip and the last one. I realized when I went to start to move this thing, the battery light was on. I got to looking. I guess there was ice got down on one of the pulleys and threw the belt off, and the belt wasn't in the best shape, so I ran to town real quick to get a belt, which means now we are really under the gun because we lost an hour before that truck shows up. I'm hoping. Oh yes, she is going to move. And this thing got parked last. Matt actually used it to dig some test holes for a potential pond up here. He got caught in the rain, and the bucket didn't get shoveled out, the tracks didn't get shoveled out, it didn't get parked. All right, so what I was trying to say is, we parked this thing up. It wasn't the best scenario, wasn't prepared for this cold weather, and we're kind of paying for it here today, but we are slowly up and moving and rolling. Matt has found the pipe down there at the house. He actually found it with a shovel, so he's going to get a laser set up, figure out what our elevations need to be. I really wish I could get this ice out of this bucket. It is just not wanting to come out. I might just have to I just have to deal with it, I guess. All right, that's just gonna have to stay. So right here is where we dug kind of a test hole at to see how deep we could get before we hit rock. It actually got pretty deep, so Matt's gonna get our elevation set up like I said. I'm gonna work on digging here a little bit. Hopefully our fan belt stays on. We don't have any more issues there. We'll get us a hole dug, pump us a septic tank in.
All right, everybody, we got a start of a hole. We've checked the elevation at the bottom of the hole, and we are 11¼ inches lower than the actual pipe that we exposed over here at the house. I'll explain that process to you guys. You can see the pipe down in there, right there. We shot the elevation of that. We set that point on our grade rod, which was right around in here. We then added 55 inches to ensure that we had our top of inlet on our septic tank, which goes in this hole, to the top of pipe, which comes out of the house, were level. And then we determined the distance from the hole to the house, which was 45 feet. And we put 11¼ inches of fall to achieve 1/4 inch per foot in 45 feet, which meant we went up 55 inches, and then we had to add another 11¼ Now Mike is going to finish off the hole. This hole size is roughly 7 feet by 6 feet. Sorry, 11 feet by 6 feet. Got to take some dimensions on that. Get this hole finished up. Be ready to set one tank. We got a hole number 2 to dig. All right, guys, you can see the hole starting to take shape here. Mike's only about a ½ inch high on this side. He's got some fluff over here to take out, but he was perfectly on grade on this side, all the way to about that back corner. And this is going to be a 2-tank system, gravity fed from the house to a 1,500-gallon tank. From a 1,500-gallon tank, gravity fed into a 1,000-gallon dosing tank. So this hole will actually be, let's just call it 6 feet deep, and then it'll step up and it'll continue on out, and we'll place that dosing tank right behind the septic tank.
You like our width?
What?
Is our width good?
Width was good on the bottom end. Once you get that dug out, I'll check it again.
I may have you grab the skid steer and bring that smooth face bucket over here. It'll make clean the bottom of that hole up a lot better.
Okay. How you like digging with that rock bucket?
Hey, it's better than a shovel, and right now it's all I got.
Agreed.
I forgot we didn't have the other bucket here. I'll go over here and grab that other bucket. It'll make cleaning the bottom of that hole up a whole lot nicer. I think Matt explained we kind of got to stair step the bottom of that. We got to go from a 1,500-gallon septic tank to a 1,000-gallon dosing tank, and I don't want to start digging out for that next tank until I get that complete, because it's going to be kind of hard to reach. I guess I could go around to the other side, but I just like to kind of do it as we are going. So grab this bucket, head back over there and get her cleaned up. Gotta love quick attach. This is 100% I feel yes. We got dirt, that's a good thing. Nailed it. I just told him I can't see what's going on down there, and it's an absolute guess.
You're 2 inches low.
I don't think so. Check it again.
I'm not checking. I know what it is.
I just told him I can't see down there. Nailed it.
Hold on. Hold on. Oh, wait. Yeah, you did nail it. Whatever.
Hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. curious what it is down here on this end. Are we as lucky down here?
Two inches high.
Okay, stay there with me, let me get it.
I think you got it out of there on that last scoop you just took on
the
that
other
side. Hey, can you move your bucket?
Sorry. A bucket's in the way. You can't see you can't see the laser.
Thank you. Good.
Looks pretty doggone close, don't it?
Starts about right there. It's close enough there. I think if you just skim that off, we'll be able to fluff a little sand in there.
Pretty confident we got the length we need?
There's plenty of length and plenty of width. I've checked it when you went and got the bucket.
And check the dimensions. 1,000-gallon tank's the same width, just different depth, right?
I can't remember all the dimensions. There's too many dimensions in my head today.
All right, let me skim that last little bit out and then we'll go again. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try to dig this with the smooth face bucket because I can move a lot of dirt a lot quicker if it works out versus the rock bucket. Matt, how far do you think I need to come this way for both tanks?
It's only a foot shorter.
I need give me some room between them and give me an overall dimension.
How much you want between them? 2 feet, 3 feet?
I'd say at least 2 feet.
Okay.
We don't have a reg. The state or the tank people haven't really gave us a in-between dimension, so we're gonna give us enough room to work and still make it all in one hole here. I can't believe, did you guys watch all the videos on installing all the water lines up here and all the rock we hit? When we come over here to dig this septic tank, we ain't hit the first bit of rock yet. I better be quiet, not jinx myself. So far, so good. Oh, that's getting hard, man. Switch buckets. This bucket over here out of the way because we will need it here in a minute. Let's swing around, grab this bucket, and dig out harder stuff. Matt's got his grade rod laying right on top of it. Got it.
Don't have much moisture at all coming in this hole. It's pretty consistent dirt, got a lot of clay content to it. We're feeling pretty good about how the tanks are going to sit in here. As stated before, right here where we're standing, to about that shadow, maybe just a little bit further, will be the 1,500-gallon tank, and then the 1,000-gallon tank will go 2 feet past that and then run all the way over to where, basically where Mike's track is right there.
You better be nice. You might be at my disposal whether you get out or not.
My wife will find you. She knows where you live. She needs me, Mike.
I don't know where he was at. I don't know what happened to him. It's pretty hard packed ground down there, but haven't hit any rock yet.
Be great for a tank to sit on.
Be good stuff to make a pond out of.
So that's why I was telling the property owner, when we go to build your pond, it's going to be really nice if we need to get some extra clay around here.
Yeah. It just blows my mind. All the rock we hit, put in the water line, so we come over here and dig a basement, don't hit anything.
75 feet behind your track hoe, it's a cliff line.
I know, it's crazy. How's it look? You think I'm running uphill or am I running pretty good?
Running uphill.
Quite a bit.
All right there. You act like you're at a severe angle and you can't see what it looks like. What are you thinking up there?
Can't see nothing.
Put in the comments, tell him if he cleans his windshield, his bottom windshield, maybe he can see better. Dirty old windshield.
You want me to hand you that grade rod?
Well, I darn sure don't want to climb out and get it.
I'll be nice.
For once. See, I keep mouthing, he's going to make that hole exactly vertical, and he's going to say, you can't have the bucket to get out of here. You watch. I'm sure you guys can hear the beep over the machine.
Pretty close, just needs to be skimmed off, don't it?
Well, we always like to put sand underneath of them, so
take a little bit out.
You've got yourself, you're gonna have about ½ inch of sand. That's what we like, so
it's pretty doggone
keep
close.
skimming that back corner there and you're good. You've got a hump right here, but once you start here and smooth all the way out, I think you'll be good. Good.
I get it?
Got one spot right where your tooth marks are. Right here. Well, on camera, it's actually right there.
I can barely see it because of the sun.
Yeah. Come to me. Right there. Keep that level.
I'm going by feel. Did I get it?
Believe you got him that time. Let me check it. Got one more, you're a ½ inch high right there only.
Okay.
I hate to say that. His head gets bigger and bigger and bigger every time we dig a hole, or we got to be consistent. Like a balloon airing up there. Let me check you all the way back now.
Yeah, I have to reposition.
Good there. Good there. Good there. Still a little high right in the back corner there, Mike. About the last 18 inches.
Both sides?
Huh?
Both sides?
All the way across, yeah. I told him I gotta be careful or you won't be able to get out the door. Your head's gonna be so big here in a minute.
I get it, I can't see anything.
Yeah, your fluff just fell back in is all.
Well, Mr. Melinda, that's not too shabby a looking hole.
Well, you keep standing on the wrong side of the hole. I'm blind when you stand.
We got about 20 minutes supposedly before our truck shows up. I say we throw a little bit of sand down the bottom, fill in those few imperfections, and hope the tank shows up.
Roughly 3/4 of an inch.
He better get here faster. He's going to be in a mud hole, not a snow hole.
I know it. It's melting quick.
It's
I can
melting
see
quick.
it on the top layer.
All right, we hauled a load of sand in here the other day for just this purpose. See if we can get over there without making too big of a mess. There we go. Now the main trick is going to be not end up with the skid steer in the hole somehow.
Oh, you gonna make it hard on me?
How you want me to do it?
Well, I know you can feather it really nicely with the track hoe.
I can't reach the hole the whole way.
You can't track up and down the long way?
No, I ain't gonna do good. It's too deep.
I have more faith in you than you have in yourself.
I'll get you a rake.
God, that's like 12 inches.
You want more?
Oh no, stop
I
it.
think you need a little over here. If you're not careful, you'll end up with the whole skid steer down there.
I know. That's enough.
I don't think so. I think we need more.
Stop it. You're gonna get down here with that rake. So here I am down in this hole, and Mike says we're gonna put an inch of sand all the way across it. Well, you guys can see that level right there. That's like 2 feet of sand down there, and he says I didn't put too much in there. He's killing me, Jason. He's killing me. Oh, I see the El Manuel labor coming up. I know it's cold and all, but daggone. What do with that boy?
Coming in hot. You ready?
Bucket number 2. You gonna give me 4 feet when I need 4 inches?
You know, since you're such a nice guy, I think I'm just gonna dump it.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew what you were gonna do. I think my rake battery went dead a minute ago. I need a charger. I need a rake charger.
Well, these days you learn to be nice and it won't cost you as much manual labor.
I was trying to be nice and, you know, utilize your expertise.
See if that's close enough, you can rake and I'll come around to the other side.
We're gonna check it on camera.
I'm sure it's a little bit high.
Little bit. Little bit? You calling it a little bit? Just a smidge. Skid steer's in the way, isn't it? Gosh darn it. I cover my hole back up now.
Somebody put the laser in the way, that's the problem.
Oh, they put the laser in the way?
Not the skid steer. Skid steer's fine.
Uh-huh. Wonder who done that. That nice guy that dumped all this sand in here. So y'all heard that one. It was within a half of an inch. We can't let him know that though, until he goes to edit.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on.
You almost don't even have to rake that.
Hold on. All right, on camera. What is that? 2 inches high.
Which is, you told me to get it within 2 inches and you'd rake it out.
I did
Nailed
not.
it.
I said,
Nailed it.
you're putting too much sand in here. What are we gonna do with this guy, I tell you? I better get to raking.
There you have it, guys. The hole is complete, even with our issues with the fan belt this morning. We still got the hole done. The truck is supposed to be here in about 7 minutes, so we were definitely cutting it a little bit tight, but we get a 1,500 gallon septic tank here, 1,000 gallon dosing tank there, which is basically just a fancy name for a little pump station tank. It's got a pump and stuff built into it. I'll kind of show you guys that whenever it gets here, but I'm definitely hoping that truck shows up pretty quick so we can get him across this frozen yard before it thaws out too much and get him back out of here before we have a whole lot of trouble. So hopefully we got a truck shortly. All right, guys, right on cue, right on time. Our septic tank did show up. Truck went up there to turn around. He's actually got both tanks on one truck. So plan is he's going to come down through here, get over there, try to get the best run he can across this semi-frozen ground now. Hopefully get up here quite just far enough where we can reach. He's actually got a knuckle boom on the back of the truck. So cross our fingers and hope he can get in there where he needs to be, because with that truck loaded as heavy as what it is, I'm not sure if I'm going to be a whole lot of help pulling him around. Here we go. Doing good so far. Come on, baby, don't back out of her. Perfect. That wasn't near as bad as we thought it was going to be. Since he's got the septic tank already strapped, we're going to set it first. The dosing tank.
Oh, you said septic, dosing?
Well,
that's fine.
So basically we just need to keep it as far that way as we can, right?
Once he gets it in there, before he unstraps, I'll hop down on it and make sure we got 121 inches.
Okay.
Plus a couple of feet.
His only concern was making sure we had our elevation right to the pipe. He said some guys don't get that right. I said, well, I might be that guy, but I'm hoping I'm not.
I mean, we can always double check it, but we set the laser up and we're within 1/4 of an inch.
Well, I'd say right off the bat, if we just set the laser up and shoot this, we know that was 10'6" or something, wasn't it? 6'10" or something.
When you say shoot
the inlet.
Yes, this inlet is 52 inches, just like this outlet, and this inlet is higher. So this outlet is, as long as it's lower than that pipe, we're good.
Right.
Yes, we have 11 1/4 inches of fall.
Yep.
I can do the math plan.
All right, guys, so here's the plan. He's actually putting a dose tank in first. In a perfect world, we'd set it second, but it's kind of what he had rigged up on the truck. So it's going to go all the way down by you guys on the far end of the hole, and then we'll put the 1,500 gallon septic tank on this end, kind of one at a time. So we'll get it set down in there and looking pretty. We'll be in good shape, hopefully.
We got what we need.
So say it's supposed to be 14 inches.
You want to confirm it?
Yeah.
5 foot 2.5. That's where we're at.
It's like he said before, I don't want to be that guy.
Huh?
Like he said, I don't want to be that guy.
4 foot 4.5.
How much?
4 foot 4.5 is exactly 14 inches.
Hey, we did something right. All right, one down. One down, one to go. All right, there you have it. Dosing tank is set. It's we checked the level, we checked the elevation. Everything on it is absolutely perfect. I think we're going to be in good shape there. So we're going to go swing back around, grab the 1,500 gallon septic tank, get it set in the hole right there. Hopefully it fits. It looks just as good, and we're going to be in pretty good shape here, guys. Pretty good shape. They got off to a rough start, but we're getting somewhere now.
Everybody's got a rough start sometime, right?
The cold start went good.
It's the belt that didn't.
It's the belt that didn't. Yeah, we got about 3/4 of an inch of fall, so that's perfect. Well, Matt, that worked out rather nicely.
That worked out amazingly.
Got 3/4 of an inch of fall between them. We need 11. Got 12 inches to the house.
Correct.
Sweet. We just need to get him out of the yard and go grab us some lunch, and then we'll figure out our pipe trench.
Yeah. Without the trenching bucket.
We have the trenching bucket.
We do?
We're gonna use the 2-foot bucket, smooth face.
Ah, gotcha.
I figured it'd be nice, give you a little extra room to get your pipes glued
I am
together.
so happy you want in a 2-foot ditch instead of a 6-inch ditch.
Last obstacle we have, guys. Hoping he can get out of here. Come on, baby. Oh, don't let off over now. Think he's gonna make it. Think he's gonna make it. Nice. Mission accomplished. You got a lot of faith in that ice hanging on that roof up there.
I was trying to be quick, but it's spraying water out at me.
3-inch.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't know if it's faith in the ice or faith in how hard our heads are.
Yeah, it's 3.5 OD.
Yep.
That's 3-inch pipe.
Basically, we need to make sure we gotta have a clean out right here. We gotta clean out within 10 feet of the house. And then we'll need to get enough pipe to get over there, so we'll get a
Who has
measurement
the
on that.
faith now?
Y'all know. While you're figuring out materials, Les, we're gonna go around and see if we can punch a hole for a propane tank. Is that what it is?
Yeah, propane tank. We're running that gas boiler to heat the floor, and then for the domestic heat too. Yeah,
I
500
got a
gallon tank.
feeling this hole's not gonna go as good as this. just a hunch. This tool right here wants to see what we got. If we got to dig through rock, we might as well dig through rock in the preferred location. So see what we got here.
Well, we go from digging 9 feet in the ground of dirt to digging rock in about 12 inches.
Well, we didn't have to do this on the other side.
No joke.
Say I'm getting close?
You needed 6 more inches.
That's what she said.
Story of your life.
I was 6 inches on the high side, so that bottom side might be right.
Let me check it. Check it with the checking device. We're looking for 58. Does that look like he's 58 inches deep?
Big old rock there, man.
Oh, it's on a big rock? What's that look like to you all? 50. Well, boys, we've got the depth. We needed 58, we're setting at 59 all the way across. We got to 52 inches in width. Now Mike is cleaning out the bottom to get our 10 foot in length.
Hey, how long did that take us in real time?
30 minutes,
Pretty impressive.
and it's 3 foot of rock. So 52 inches wide, 10 foot long, 3 foot thick of rock. 30 minutes. I think it's the machine more than it's the operator.
We make a good pair.
See what I got put up with? That's the type of stuff I got put up with. It's the machine, not the operator. Good old 120. I tried to get him to sell it to me. He won't sell it to me. I don't know why. He says he never go sell it.
I'm just glad I'm not the one that has to pay for digging through all this rock.
I think that's this guy right here,
I
huh?
think it's soft rock, right?
Yeah.
This is light rock.
Gotta love a good old sandstone. It did break up pretty good. Honestly, it's gonna come out pretty nice. Got a nice powdery bottom to it. We are still gonna put sand in the bottom because that's the right thing to do.
That's what it is.
All right, Mike's gonna finish her off. We're gonna throw a tank in a hole.
That ended up being a success, surprisingly. So the tank company, they want a little bit of sand in the bottom of that hole to cushion it. So we're gonna grab a little bit of sand here real quick, spread out the bottom of there, and we'll set the tank down in there.
Alter any of them, okay? They're not gonna want all three altered.
You ready?
Ready when you are.
Hope it fits.
Is this turned the proper way, Jason? Is this turned the proper way?
I don't think it really matters, does
Well,
it?
the outlet, something goes in right there on the green side. Yeah, I can't see much on your side there.
Why don't you just go on down there with it, Matt?
I decided it was just easier.
Looks like it fit pretty level.
Yeah. You want to put a level on it or do you not care? It looks pretty damn.
It's a round tank. I don't know if there's a whole lot to level.
I do wonder which way that gas comes out. I guess they just go in through the bottom and up in there anyway, so they can take it any way.
Yeah.
Any direction.
Tank is set. We got to fill this thing up about halfway with sand now, and then we'll put what they call an anoid bag, I believe, on there. I've set a few of them. Basically what it does is it keeps the tank from rusting out over time. A little wire comes out of it. It's basically an underground battery, to be fancy. Get a little sand on it, we'll throw that bag in there. We got to install the battery so we can keep the lights on in the tank.
Yeah. I just dump it out, or?
Yeah, it's just a bag and a little wire to the top.
Don't let it shock you.
Learning something new today.
So I don't quite understand all this, guys. I'm not going to pretend to, but basically this bag here creates a real small positive charge, which basically puts a positive charge on the tank, which keeps it from oxidizing, which is basically rust. And those do have to be replaced, but they'll last for a good long time.
Okay.
So we're going to put that on top of here so they can get to all the fittings. And then we'll put just enough sand over the tank to protect it, and then the rest of it will be dirt. And this one will be done. The gas company will come in and trench from here up to the house. Put the last little bit of sand around it. Dirt on it. Now take your boot and kind of work that up there too, but I think it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I just want to cover the hole up.
I guess we're going to cover the rest of it up with dirt. There it is, guys, tank all on the ground. It looks awesome. We got one thing left to do. We're gonna go over the hill. We need to figure out what fittings we need tomorrow to hook the water lines into the meters. Since we're gonna have to make a run for some of the other plumbing stuff. So let's track over the hill, get that dug up. And we're probably gonna call it a day for today. Make a parts run in the morning, come back and get all this tidied up. All these water lines we ran here about a month ago. And you guys can see they got 2 meters set. We're basically gonna hook up two of these water lines. One's gonna go to the house we've been working at, and the other one's gonna go over to the shop. This is actually a different water company than what we're used to working with, so I just want to dig down and make sure we got the right fittings in the morning. Get everything hooked up. No surprises. We're gonna go on a parts run. Well, we did get it dug up and found both. I don't know if you guys can see them. There's one there and one there, and it is a 3/4 pipe thread union. So put that on our list of stuff to get tomorrow, and we shall see you guys in the morning. Good morning, Mr. Millennial.
Morning.
We're gonna have to apologize. Our audio may not be as good today because somebody forgot to charge the wireless mics last night.
And it wasn't me. Not
So,
this time.
I'm having a pretty good day because I'm not the guy in the mud right now, though.
Yeah.
So if you guys remember, we got 4 lines going up the hill, right?
4 lines.
And we need to hook up
3, 4.
Peyton's house and Jason's shop.
Correct.
So that should be the line all the way to the left and the line all the way to the right.
But just so I say it, and we don't forget it, Peyton's house is not ready to be turned on. It's not hooked up in the house, so we're just hooking it up and not turning it on.
Come on. Sounds like fun. So basically, I wonder if that being said, if we shouldn't just leave this hole open after we get them hooked up.
I'm kind of thinking so.
Just to make sure we don't have any FUBAR mistakes.
Correct.
Another thing we need to point out is these meters are in different names. So we need to make sure we get the right house hooked up to the right meter. So I'm gonna set you guys down here and let you watch us play in the mud. So that one should go to Peyton's house, right?
As long as it doesn't cross, but it's looking to me like that one might cross. So
well, let's
confirm it.
We can pull them on up a little bit. All right, let's play in the mud. All right, got the 2 water lines hooked in. That wasn't too bad. A little bit on the muddy side, we got it. I don't want to cover this all the way up because unfortunately they're not ready on the other end for us to turn this water on. So I'm going to put just enough dirt over top of them to keep them from freezing. There's a rock down in there, I don't want in there. Put just enough dirt over top of them to keep them from freezing, kind of hold them in place. I'm going to leave the very end of it exposed. I don't foresee we'll have any issues with leaks, but there is a slight possibility of a leak, and there's even a slight possibility we may have hooked up the wrong pipe. So I don't want to fully backfill it until we know we're confident. So we'll get it insulated, we'll get it secured, and we're going to walk back to the top of the hill. We're going to walk back to the top of the hill and work on the sewer line. So off we go. Give you guys a little peek. This is where we ran the water line up the side of the road here and ripped through all that rock. And through the snow and the rain and the weather and everything else, it's all held up pretty nice. Didn't settle a whole lot. Looks good. Guess we'll find out how good a job we did when we turned the water on here at some point. So far, so good. Boy, it's a good thing we got that truck in here when we did yesterday. Look how much of a muddy, sloppy mess it is now. Gotta love this time of year. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. Welcome to Slop-A-Geddon 2022, I guess. So, we basically shot the elevation of this pipe, the elevation of the pipe coming out of the house, did a little math, comes to like 1.75%. Programmed that into our fancy little laser up there, and believe it or not, it now beeps on both ends. So no matter where we put that laser along this trench, that should give us the correct slope and keep us consistent. We do have a little bit of a deep hole dug here because we got water coming in this thing everywhere. I think what we need to do is let's dig as far as we can this way. We'll lay 20, maybe 40 feet of pipe, and we'll swing around and come at it from the other direction. What do you think?
I think that's great, but you failed to tell them. You said we did math, like we just easily figured that out and didn't struggle today and have brain farts.
Well, we had the math right. The problem was we had feet and inches and not all inches, and he kept trying to tell me it was 5%. I'm like, that is not right. But once he listened to me,
oh, now come on,
and figured out that we needed to convert 11 inches.
Take the credit for it when credit isn't due.
Hey, just be happy it's beeping and it's right. All right, let's dig a trench, see if we can do it on grade.
Nice. Half inch high. Looks like he's pretty consistent. We don't want to make his head any bigger than it already is, so we're going to get to running the grade rod. We'll get back to you guys shortly.
There's the trench, guys. It don't look too bad. We're going to try to jump in here and get this all closed in and covered up before we get too much water. I don't want this water to go down and flood our septic hole down there and possibly float that tank up out of there. We're pretty close. What'd you say, worst case scenario? We got like a 3/4 inch dip in there, which isn't too bad for the
we got plenty of sand to make it right.
Muddy conditions. So we'll probably bed this in a little bit of sand, but let's set you guys up here and let your time lapse. All right, guys, we got everything plumbed up, everything hooked up, everything looks really good. We had one little oopsie. I forgot that we had to run the wires. We had to run power wires to the pump and a high water signal wire to the pump, and then I got them all rat nested up. So Matt is stretching those out real quick. We actually got sidetracked helping the fiber optic guys a little bit, giving them a hand. They're on the struggle bus over there. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to throw the other bucket on the machine. We're kind of running late for time here. We got some weather coming. We definitely want to make sure these tanks don't float out of the ground. And I don't want to fill them up with water like we normally do, because this is actually their reservoir capacity until we can get back up here to put the field bed in later. So basically when these tanks fill up, they're going to have them pumped out and continue that cycle until we can get the bed in whenever the weather dries up and allows us. So I'm going to throw the big bucket back on. I think I can get enough dirt on top of these where we're not worried about them floating, and just kind of mount it up for now to make sure they stay put. Get this cleaned up a little bit, and we're going to call it a job. So let me get her schmoozed up a little bit, and I'll show you what we got at the end of the day. Well, guys, this is it. It's a wrap. It is not pretty. It is a muddy mess, and I don't know how well the camera focuses, but yes, I splattered mud all up the backside of the house. It never fails. The Last scoop of the day is one that got it, but we have water draining that way. Everything is roughed in for now. As soon as it dries out, we'll be back up here putting the field bed in, so stay tuned for that. But it is muddy, it is nasty, it is turning cold, and the weather's coming in again, so we're gonna head to the house. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give her a big old thumbs up. Want to see what else happens to this beautiful mud hole? Consider subscribing. It's free. That way we'll be able to catch you on the next one. Later, guys.